So lend an ear and you will hear the greatest story, the greatest story. In the beginning there was God. The earth was empty and dark. God looked over the surface of the world. It was time for something to happen. Let there be light, and the earth became light. I shall call the light day and the darkness night. And so there had been darkness and then light, and that was the world's very first day.
There had been darkness and then light, and that was the world's very first day.
The next thing to do was to make the sky above the world and to fill the sky with clouds, and that was the second day of the world.
And that was the second day of the world.
On the third day, God separated the water from the dry land. God made all kinds of things to put on the land.
There were rocks and mountains, valleys.
There were rocks and mountains, valleys, deserts and beaches. There were big islands and little islands. There were oceans and seas, rivers and lakes, but there was still more to come on the third day because God wasn't done yet. It was time to make all the plants.
But there was still more to come on the third day because God wasn't done yet. It was time to make all the plants. God made tall trees and short bushes, vines.
God made tall trees and short bushes, vines, ferns, leaves and flowers. God gave all the flowers a different size, color, shape and smell. And all the grasses and plants and trees that make seeds and fruits were made on the third day too.
And all the grasses and plants and trees that make seeds and fruits were made on the third day too. On the fourth day, God made a brilliant light in the sky called the sun to light up the day.
On the fourth day, God made a brilliant light in the sky called the sun to light up the day.
To the nighttime. And as a special touch, God added billions of twinkling stars to the night. On the fifth day, God made some creatures to live in this beautiful world. There were birds, and more birds, and more birds. And in the rivers and oceans and seas and lakes, God made fish. And the oceans were full of all sorts of amazing creatures. was the end of the 5th day. But there was still a lot more for God to do. On the 6th day, it was time to make the rest of the animals. There were so many animals to make. Big animals, and small animals. There were spotted animals, and horned animals. Every one of God's animals was beautiful. Now, on this 6th day, God did something else that was very important. God created the first man. And that man was called Adam. Then God blew the breath of life right into Adam.
Where am I?
Welcome to the world, Adam.
Who are you?
I am God. Look around you. All the plants of the earth and all their seeds and all their fruits, I give them to you. And all the animals. You have power over them as well. Everything is yours to use, to care for, and protect.
Sit. Sit, please.
God looked over everything and was happy. And on the 7th day, God rested.
It is very good.
Now, God wanted Adam to live in the most wonderful place that could ever be. So God planted a beautiful garden for Adam to live in. It was called the Garden of Eden. God made a great river run through the garden, and then the river split into 4 great rivers. Adam had all the animals for company in the garden.
Wow. Excuse me. Hey!
Adam's first job was to name all the animals.
This new request from God sounds like it's quite a job. I'm going to be as busy as a bee. I've got to search my brain and come up with a name for every living, breathing thing I see. You with the large brown spots, eating from treetops, your neck is the biggest part of you. Twisting round so easily, I believe your name will be Stretchy. Now that's pretty catchy. Or perhaps Giraffe will do. The jungle must belong to one so fierce and strong. I shiver and tremble at your growl. So you with the flowing mane, I give you the kingly name, Rory. No, that fits you poorly. Maybe lion is fine for now. Those flippy flappy things, I think I'll call them wings. And creatures they're attached to will be birds. The redbreast will be robin, ostrich that big odd one. Parrot is the clawed one who repeats all my words. I'd say your fancy shell protects you very well, although it can slow you down a bit. So you with the scaly skin, I name you and all your kin Pokey. Nah, too hokey. Know your word'll be turtle, yeah, just right. The swimmers in the sea will mostly fishes be, with whale and snail and lobster one and all. The orange one is goldfish, cod, the ice-cold fish. Tadpole has the bold wish of one day being frog. The way you jump around, you hardly touch the ground, and scamper so fast you're just a blur. So you with the cottontail, you'll be known on every trail as Hopper. No, that's not proper. Oh, I have it, you're rabbit for sure. It's still early in the day, and I'm well on my way to naming every animal I know. Why, there's only 500,000 more to go.
Looks like you've got a dear friend. I'd like to have a friend too.